Hi and welcome. I'm Lisa. Thanks for joining me here on my channel. Today I have the pleasure of participating in a hop celebrating Crescent Creations' new website. Now, the next stop in the hop is linked directly below. Please be sure to hop over there once you're done here. But for now, let's go ahead and get started. I'm sharing a very easy stamping technique. It's one of my all-time favorites, random stamping. I'll be using Honeybee Stamps 6x8 Hello Fall stamp set and their 3x4 Autumn stamp set, along with the coordinating honey cuts. Now, Honeybee Stamps is one of the companies Crescent Creations will be carrying in their online store, so be sure you check that out. I have that quick peek there for you to check out the Hello Fall stamp set. I'm going to use one of the leaves from this stamp set, and we're going to use several of the detail stamps included in that. I'll touch on that a little bit later in the video. I have a piece of 80-pound Nina Avalanche White cardstock. I'm using a 5.5 by 8.5 inch wide piece. You can use whatever size you want for this. I'm going to use VersaFine Clair inks in the colors Golden Meadow, Summertime, Charming Pink, Shady Lane, Warm Breeze, and Fallen Leaves. Of course, I encourage you to use whatever inks you have readily available to you for this. And if you're using dye inks, I recommend that you use some type of stamp positioning tool with those dye inks, because you'll probably want to do some repeat stamping with that, and it'll make it a little bit easier for you. Now I'm going to start out stamping this one leaf in the different colors of ink across the paper, as you can see me doing there, and I'm stamping in rows. And while I'm stamping, I do have some details to share with you. Now, this is a combination of blog post and video, so be sure you're leaving a comment at each stop. You're going to need to follow Crescent Creations on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest, plus subscribe to their YouTube channel for a chance to win one of the 4 $25 gift certificates they're giving away. I have all of this information and more directly below for you. I have to mention this giveaway is not associated or affiliated with YouTube or any other companies. Crescent Creations is sponsoring the giveaway and will announce the winners on August 17th. Now, the winners will be randomly drawn from the comments left along the hop. And again, I have all this information and more below for you. Now, let's get back to this stamping. You're going to notice how I skipped that area there, and then I brought in that detail stamp for that leaf, and I just stamped just that branch right in between the leaves there. I wish there was some way for me to explain my thought process, but there's no rhyme or reason. I'm simply stamping what is pleasing to me, and that's what I like to encourage others to do. Whatever makes your heart happy, go with that. I'm going to finish stamping this background using the detail stamps included with that stamp set. I do have a couple of tips I will share with you real quick. Just have fun with this. If you're having a hard time getting started with it, check out some color palettes, some seamless patterns, even look at wallpaper or cakes for inspiration online. I also usually stamp an area larger than what I need. That way, when I go to die cut this out, I can pick the part I like best, because sometimes I might drop the stamp block on my paper or smudge the ink with my finger. And by stamping a larger area, it gives me a little wiggle room for my mistakes. The last thing is, don't be afraid to use all those little extra stamps to fill in areas. It doesn't really matter that those dots that I stamped on those leaves were not intended for that. No one knows the difference. It's a great way to get more use out of your products, and you're creating your very own one-of-a-kind card when you do this kind of stamping. So off screen, I ran the stamped background through my die cut machine using the Honeybee Stamps deckled edge rectangle dies. I went ahead, I ran that autumn word through the die cut machine and the white shadow to it. I stacked 3 layers of that autumn, and I used pink cardstock for it, as you can see there, and I'm just using liquid adhesive to stack all of this together. Now I'll set a block on top of this and just let it sit there and dry. And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and glue my die cut panel to an A2 card base. Now this is a landscape fold, top fold landscape card. Once I have that on there, I will go ahead center my die cut word on my card base using mounting foam. I'm going to stamp that word Splendor from that autumn stamp set using the Fallen Leaves ink on some white cardstock. I'm going to take my paper trimmer, trim that little sentiment down, add mounting foam to the back of it, and then kind of offset it on the bottom of my card there. Then to finish this card off, I used Crescent Creations Very On embellishment, metallic gold jewels, and I used my glossy accents to add those to the card. Now that's going to wrap up my time with you. I really do appreciate you hopping along in support of Crescent Creations. Don't forget, for a chance to win one of the 4 prizes, you need to leave a comment at each stop. You're also going to need to follow Crescent Creations on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest, and subscribe to their YouTube channel. I enjoyed spending time with you today, and until next time, please take care.